Yeah, look, the turnout will be thorough, in terms of respecting the link between obviously Gordon and the club. Obviously, we have to respect that it will be a big a big funeral, but there will be a number of first team players, and I said all of them wanted to attend, but as you said, numbers are at such a level that we've handpicked a few, and then the others we've filled the spaces as well as we can. But there'll be a fantastic turnout from Stoke City, as you would expect.
Going on then, after the last game, you mentioned that, for example, Charlie had run out of steam and it was difficult to get a full 90 minutes out of him. Fans as general feel that you can just run around and do a week's training and everybody's back up to speed, physically fit-wise, but that's not always the case, is it?
No, it's not always the case, but look, what you have to remember, when I came in, there was a lot of players that actually weren't actually training with the first team. So we're trying to get them all to a level. Now, what they haven't had the benefit of a full pre-season with a settled squad and so on. So it's difficult. So a few of them are playing catch up, and we're having trying to do it. Mamjouf is one of those as well, and Bojan has been one of those. That is Maurice Bauer, in terms of, has not featured much for the first team, not featured much in the first team group. So we've reintegrated them, but then we've got to get them up to speed. Otherwise, they won't be able to give you the level of performance, one, that we require, two, that the fans expect, and so on. So it's still a constant work in progress with the majority of the squad.
Apart from the physical fitness, there's a mental factor. With having lost so many matches last season, not doing as well as we expected this season, how do you cope with the mental fragility which appeared to show itself when we were winning last week, and then we started to drop back and people get a bit concerned? How do you work on that with the squad?
Well, I don't think it's just a mental thing. Again, it's a physical thing. If you are a physical squad that's at the peak of its powers and fitness and so on, then you can be a little bit more on the front foot, a little bit bolder and so on. We're not quite there yet, but look, that's where we want to end up. Now, we will become that kind of side. It's just it takes a little bit of time. In 6-7 weeks you don't suddenly transform everything that's gone on in the past. And bear in mind, look, this has been a fantastic football club. It's been Premier League, and Championship and the Premier League are very, very different in terms of lots of things, and the level of points that you need to survive in the Premier League, for example, doesn't sort of equate to what you need in the Championship to get back promoted or to be successful at the Championship level. So look, it's all a constant adjustment and a work in. We do say a work in progress and constantly thing, but it's a physical, technical, tactical thing that we have to come across. Plus, there's been 3 managers in the space of a year. I'm the 4th. Understanding different styles, I don't say everyone's been chalk and cheese, but there's a different style thing. So that adds difficulties to each and every one of the managers that have come in. So look, we're looking for stability, we're looking for a progression, a constant progression, and we're looking for a development from everyone as well.
And you want to play, or I believe you want to play a pressing game where we're on it. But to do that, you need to be at least 70 to 80% of your players, possibly more, all doing that at the same time. So is it difficult to expect the players to achieve what you want at this present time?
You need 100% of your players doing what you want to do. That's basically the goal, and that's what you have to do. Now look, we've had to adjust certain things. Yeah, but whenever you look at pressing teams now, you look at people like Atletico Madrid, you look at Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool. It took time to implement a pressing, high energy, fluent side, and it does that. And with us, we want to be bold, we want to be brave, we want to be on the front foot, we want to press from the front. But 1, that requires personnel. 2, that requires real work. 3, requires an athleticism that at times we haven't had, or we haven't had yet. But look, we're working towards all those things.
And going on to the game, we obviously had Sam Vokes come off injured. How's he looking in terms of playing this week?
Well, a lot better than we initially thought, to be honest with you. So it's he's trained today, and we've just got to evaluate and see how he is tomorrow and so on. But look, we initially feared a tear or an injury, but that hasn't been the case, praise the Lord. So look, we're a lot more hopeful than we were last Sunday morning.
Anybody else that's a doubt or have any injuries?
No, look, it's been a relatively quiet week for this club in terms of no articles, no apparent disciplinary problems. So we're in good shape. And look, it's been a nice settled week. Our staff have had a bit of a bonding night and a meal and so on. So it's been a step forward this week.
No disciplinary problems with your staff bonding night?
Well, not really. I get a regular petulance, but that's something we handle on a day-to-day basis.
And looking at the game, obviously we've not had the results that you've wanted so far, but you've been in place a few weeks now. If you look back at how things have changed since you first came here, what are the most pleasing aspects for yourself?
I think we're looking a real solid team. I think we're hard working. We're in apart from Brentford and last week, which I was disappointed with the second half of last week. We've controlled possession in every game. We've been very close to getting wins, not just results but wins. You know, we should have won more games than we have. So look, we're not making the sudden spurt of progress that I would have really liked in terms of results, but in terms of the environment, in terms of how we train, in terms of what I get from the players on a day-to-day basis, much better, and that'll stand us in good stead. Now, what I want to do to make sure that we rubber stamp all the things we're doing and to take the club forward, we should give things a lift, is get results, and we need to get results, you know, for lots of reasons. But results are with results, you're able to do and able to sort of put the stamp of approval on the work that you're doing, because they see then what they're getting from it. At the minute, we're very close to getting that without actually achieving it.
Life would be much simpler if we, sounds very simplistic, if we could score more goals. We don't appear at this club at the moment in time to have a striker that can get you 15 to 20 goals, which you need to stay in the Premier League, which we failed, and ultimately you need to get you out of the Championship. Have you got any thoughts on how you could make the fans really happy by, say, getting 3 goals this weekend?
We'd like to. Look, I'd like to win the game, but I do think we have players here that can score goals. I really do. Some have got good track records of doing that. But look, we won't suddenly become a real high-scoring team overnight, and no team does it. And again, you can look at Man City, you can look at those things. It takes time to do those things. Teams evolve. We will be a positive side, and we want to be a positive side. We want to be a positive side that wins games, but as a real strong underbelly as well, so that we don't concede. At the minute we're scoring and then conceding, or not scoring and not conceding. So we've got to marry the two up, and at the minute we're not doing that well enough. But we've only conceded since I've come here, apart from the Brentford game, which again, look, it was no time to work with them. We've only conceded from a set play or a counter attack. We haven't conceded from free play. So we're looking solid. We're in good form in terms of defensively and a work rate and so on. We just need to marry the two up, finding a little bit more expansion while still keeping the back door shut and being a little bit more adventurous, which is a team that I want to be.
Thank you.
You talked about the strikers there. I mean, Belgafovic particularly has been under a lot of criticism, only half of 7 goals for season. But is it really his fault and the like, you know, or is it the service that he's getting?
Look, I think it's an all-round thing. I think, you know, if you're scoring goals change games, goals change attitudes, goals change mentalities, and everyone, you know, we want centre halves to be scoring from set plays. How many set play goals have we scored? How many goals have we scored from outside the box? How many of the wingers scored? How many of the attacking midfield players scored? Now, it's more difficult when, you know, you're reliant on one person and so on to score and to win your games. You have to be chipping in from everywhere, because when you get the breakthrough, that means teams have to open up slightly more. Then space becomes available for front men, for number 10s, or for attacking midfield players and so on. So you have to take the goals or whatever way. Yeah, it'd be nice if you got one that was just banging regularly, but there's a number of factors why that doesn't happen, and we have to become a side that's not reliant on just any one person. Yes, we want a 20 goal a season striker, but we also want attacking midfield players that are getting 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got centre halves who are getting 3s and 4s from set plays. We're getting from direct. We want to be scoring from everywhere. That's the kind of side. We want athleticism in the side, so that we're scoring from counter attack, so that sides are fearful to come out against us. All those things is a work in progress, but again, you know, we can't change that just by waving a magic wand.
But I mean, for example, in the last 13 games, there's only like 1 win in the last 13, and only 8 goals in the last 13.
Yeah, and look, that's not good enough, and that's not good enough for for the majority of teams, let alone a club of our stature, you know. And when we came here and didn't play particularly well the first game, we scored two. We got off the mark. Then we scored two in the next game. So we were scoring. It's just we've got to be consistent in both ends of the pitch, and that's one thing that the club hasn't been in the last year and a half, and we have to change that, and we will. But as I said, it's not just going to happen. We can shore up defensively, and then you lose a little bit of expansion, or we can be totally expansive and keep conceding from being too open, or we build, and that's what we decided to do.
We've got 12 games left now. Are we actually going to see you going for it on all those 12 games, or is this going to be in preparation for next season?
No, look, at no point are we just looking for next season. We want to win as many games as we possibly can and see where we can go, because we'd like to win 12 games. If we win 12 games, who knows what happens? If you win 11, who knows what happens? 10, again, who knows what happens? But what we have to do is be as positive as we can. And if we win a certain amount of games that gives us momentum, but not quite achieving anything this year other than momentum, then it means that we go into pre-season with a real positivity, ready for a push next year. But what we want to be is a top championship side. We want to be a top championship side that is Premier League ready. At the minute, I don't believe we are there. So there's work to do both on the training pitch and in the summer, and we know that. It's just I'm not content just to sit there and think, no, let's just get to the summer and see where we go. No, that's not the mentality.